Okay, guys, so I just had another situation. You almost wonder if like somebody's following you or something sometimes with your jobs. I had one job I got fired from for the first time about 5 years ago, and since then it seems like I've been getting let go or something happening all the time. Okay, so I told you about last night. I shared my story about the catty woman. I don't know if someone saw my social media or what, but my boss did call me just like 10 minutes ago and said, "Hey, you're supposed to be in today." And I'm like, "It's Sunday. What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, the schedule says you're supposed to be in." And I'm like, "I don't work on Sundays. I never have worked on Sundays for the last like 2.5 weeks or so." And he's like, "Well, it says you're supposed to work today." And I'm like, "No, Chris and I have always said that these are the 3 nights I'm available and that's it." He goes, "Oh, okay, so we'll probably have to write you up when you come in." Thinking, write me up for what? What did I do, right? So this, I already felt like after last night, the girls were trying to push me right out of there because I spoke up for myself on the first day. Um, Girl was trying to push me around, and I spoke up and said, "Why is it that you think you can mess around with me?" And she went around the corner and called me a bitch. So I told my bosses about that, and then I had to tell them about last night. And so I think I told him, yeah, just with the hostile environment, I don't think I want the job. So he's like, "Oh, okay, so now you're passing on the job." I go, "Yep, so I'll be in on this day and I'll get a check, and then I think we're good to go. I think it's even Steven." And he's like, "Yep, it should be." I go, "I'll bring in the shirts and we should be good to go." So they are still looking for help over there. There's a sign on their door. They're still looking for help, and they are going right through the help. And the other night I said to a girl, I said, "Where do you live?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm from the halfway house." And I was just like, there was that. There was another girl who was like, "We're hiring people because we're so desperate. We're getting these type of people in here who are rough." So that was with the girl that I had just met. And we smoothed it out between us. We were like, she's like, "Thank you, sweetie, for this." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're welcome." We smoothed it out. But so I just, I was last night, I'm like, okay, I plan on keeping my job, and I'm just thinking next time I go in, you're going to kind of have to, I'm going to have to see how it goes, and there's only so much I'm willing to put up with in a job. That's kind of the way I am. I'm kind of like, okay, I will put up with so much, and then if I see like a boss breaking his word to me or accusing me of things, like I had a boss who said I stole candy when it was like an open jar of candy. I had permission to take a soda out of a refrigerator, and then there were lollipops sitting there in an open container for people to take too, and he didn't like that. So I almost walked out on that job, but we talked it out, so I didn't walk out on that one, because we had, talked it out. I had, what else? I had someone say I stole vacuums from a bank when that was on camera, and there was no way I would have been doing that in the first place. I've had very weird things happen in my jobs. So because of this, I just, I'm even more particular about my jobs now. Like, I had a job where they're like, "Okay, we'll give you this many hours." Well, once I started, they were like, "Oh," I don't even think it was the first day, and they're like, "Yeah, we changed things." So a new manager came in. So I'm like, if you can't give me the work, I can't work here. And on it went. So this was a decision maker again today. Big decision maker. That if I'm going to go into work, and after being harassed at work, which I told him, they're basically harassing me here, to be written up for nothing because I'm not willing to work when they want me to work. And they're going to write me up for it. So goodbye to that job. And I already applied last night to some other jobs because I'm trying to stay on top of my work. So it's just, girls, it's not worth it sometimes to put up with people who just are going to rob your, I can handle it, but it's not worth the headache to put up with people who will rob your joy and make up accusations about you is just, it's not worth it. I tried to address as much as I could last night, but I still hadn't been able to talk to my other boss and say, look, this girl wouldn't help me on the phone, and then she blames me for getting the chicken wrong when she wouldn't, she wouldn't help me. So I didn't get to address that one. That one I had to let go. And then I said to my boss, I said, even Anna wanted me to work for her tonight because she had a birthday party, and this is one of the girls who was really gossipy, and I told her no because of the way she acted toward me. So I said, she wanted me to come in tonight, and I told her no, I don't work on Sundays. So nowhere was it anywhere that I was aware of that I would be working tonight, and she's like, so you're not available? I said, nope, Sundays, no, I don't do Sundays. So that's kind of my thing. I had another job where they were like, you have to do Sundays or you can't work here. And I'm like, I don't do Sundays. You can give me, if you really need me, like a Sunday morning. I'm busy at church, but if you really need me, I will skip maybe once or twice for church to work. But I said no, on a regular basis it's not happening. So we were trying to negotiate that, and yeah, they didn't like that. So sometimes you just wonder, is it because I'm a Christian that you don't like it because I say no to Sundays, or is it because I don't get pushed around? And that's something that I just don't do. I'm willing to work really hard for a company, but I won't let people push me around. And is it, because there's something you see that you don't like? Do you see somebody who doesn't go along with everybody? I don't know what's been going on lately, but yeah. And just like I said, in my last job, they're like, oh, you should know the register by now. And I'm like, why don't you train me? And they're like, oh, we trained you. I'm like, you left me there and said, here you go. And I said, hey, don't leave me here, show me how to do this. And they're like, oh, if you need me, just let me know. So then I tried to ask a question, and it's like, it's a problem because companies are so desperate. I think it's getting worse because they don't want to invest in their employees. They're just trying to save the buck. The system is just hurry up, get them in there, get them to do what they need to do so we can start making money. And I think it's wiser for a company to invest well in an employee. This job, I did like the training, as far as the computer. As far as someone helping me, it wasn't there. But as far as the computer stuff, it was there, very thorough. And they have classes all the way up, so you can earn your way up. So that's what I got for now. So I will be looking for something else. And I am very tempted to just get going with my own business because of the systems I see in place. Okay, that's what I got for now, guys.